Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. What I'm going to show you today is the replacement of a bulb on your DRL, Daytime Running Light. This is a 2002 Suburban, so mostly this will apply to getting that bulb out on this vehicle. However, you might be able to use some of the information on the video for replacing your DRL on another vehicle. They don't last very long because DRL means daytime running light. They're on all the time. I think they might even be on at nighttime, but they certainly are on daytime. And it's a little bit hard to get to, but Froggy's going to show you how to do it. To pull this headlight assembly to get down below, there's two pins that hold this in. 1, 2. Pull those pins up. And I'm probably going to need 2 hands here, but what I'm going to do basically is just wiggle the assembly out and then unscrew the 2 bulbs. So let me go to 2 hands and then I'll get back. Check. Now you've got 2 bulbs, a low beam and a high beam, and you just turn them a quarter turn and they will pop right out. They'll only go one direction. If you try to turn in the wrong direction, they won't move. So quarter turn. Counterclockwise to get them out, and it'll be clockwise to put them back in. Now you can look down and you can see where that DRL bulb goes. I've already got mine out, and I'm going to replace them both. I've got a 2-pack here. This one is called the Philips Long Life 4114. If you have a different brand of bulb, it might be a different number. But the guy at the parts store can look it up for you. Just make sure he looks up daytime running light. High temperature lubricant on these plastic parts just so it'll slip in a little bit easier. This is brake caliper lubricant. It's good almost up to 3,000 degrees F. It's very good stuff. So these bulbs get hot, but this will not melt and go all over the place. You wouldn't want to put regular grease there. You want to use a high temperature grease. So just going to be putting it here so that it slips in, because it's plastic against plastic. And then you can see how brown that is. That's from the heat. But it looks like all the contacts are there and the clips are still there, so that this connector should still be okay. I'll show you what a little amount of grease I put on there, just to get it to go in nice, so I don't... See, if I have to force it, I'm probably going to break one of those plastic clips. And this should make it come out again when I need to replace it again, when it burns out again. How far it goes into the socket, it will kind of snap in when you get it in far enough. So there, right there. If you don't get it to snap in, you don't get it to insert that far, then you haven't got it in far enough. Now I'm going to show you the tricky part. I'm going to put a little more lube on some of these parts here that have to lock in. Again, it's just to make it turn easier. And then I'm going to show you how to get it back into the housing. Okay, so where it goes in, right there, that's the hole that way. The bulb is going to face out that way. On the other side, there's kind of a splash guard or something. It's right there. It's flexible, so you can actually put the whole assembly towards the back of the car in a way. Just push it back that way to get the bulb to go in the hole that way. I'll get it halfway in and then I'll show you. I'm going to need 2 hands. Get it halfway in. You should be able to see how I pushed it back that way. I'm not doing a very good job of showing you because It's hard to get in it there. See, it goes back that way and then comes forward this way. And then you have to engage those little locking lugs and give it a twist. What I did is I took it out and I repositioned this piece here so that the wiring end is pointed towards the middle of the car, and then I'm going to twist it that way, and that's going to lock it in, and that will also align those lugs in the right place. You have to twist it around a little bit till you get them to pop in to this housing. Once they pop in, this will be pretty flush, and then you're going to twist it that way. Wires, this is driver side now. The wires start over here and then they're going to move in that direction, if you can see the way I'm moving the pen. Actually, erase that. I just gave you the wrong direction. It was positioned in the right place, but it's going to go that way. It's going to twist from here towards that way, and that will lock this little locking piece in. So erase what I previously said. Line up the lugs so the lugs go in and everything is nice and flush, and then twist it that way. Okay? Now, one final thing. I'm finished on this side. I'm going to start the car and see if they come on. I accidentally touched these high intensity bulbs. Well, that one I think. Now I'm going to clean them off with alcohol because these get really, really hot, and if they have any contaminants like grease or fingerprints or anything on them, they'll get hot spots and they'll blow up or fail. So I'm going to clean those before I put them back into the headlight assembly. You actually have to have the car running in gear with the parking brake off, and what I did is running in gear with the parking brake off. It's on an incline, so it wants to roll backwards a little bit without any throttle application, but I put a chock there so that it wouldn't roll down. So that one's working, and now I'm going to do the other one. Now, if there's anything funny about the other one, I'll show you. Otherwise, I won't show you too much about it. The passenger side was actually easier for me. Maybe just the way your hands line up to the direction you have to turn the plug. But you just twist it that way, push down here, pull up here, and it comes right out like that. And the opposite is going to be push down, pull up, twist it that way, the way my finger's circling. It looks like there's room to back it out. Some pliers to gently pry that old bulb out, or gloves, because if it breaks, if the glass breaks in your hand, it's going to cut you. So however you can, try to get that out, and try not to break the housing, because if you break the housing, you're going to be buying the housing also. Okay? Here's the way it came out. I sprayed a little silicone in there to see if I could make it come loose, and it did eventually come loose, and the socket is okay. I don't think I broke anything in the socket, so I can use it over again. You can still see those brown marks from how hot it gets. So one thing I would suggest, do not put any brighter daytime running lights in here. Brighter ones will burn hotter, and it'll just probably melt this socket. So I'm going to lube it the same way I did the other side and put it back together. We're in good shape. Here's a little interesting tidbit of information that I want to pass on to you. It's kind of overcast and getting towards evening here, so my headlights were coming on, and when the headlights come on, the DRLs go out. So I had to trick the car into thinking it was bright sunlight. So what I did was I took my flashlight and I was shining my flashlight on that little black piece that sticks up from the dash. That's a daylight sensor. So with the flashlight on the daylight sensor, the brain in the car, whichever brain in the car makes this happen, is tricked into thinking that it's bright daylight on, and it made my DRLs come on. So there's a little extra bit of information that I wasn't planning on sharing with you, because I didn't really know about it until I figured it out myself. So that's it from Froggy, and that's how to trick your DRLs into coming on if it's dark, and trick your headlights into going off. I've got mine in automatic mode. This is automatic mode here. But even if I put it in the other modes, that's parking light mode, I believe, and then that's on. Well, let's see if I put them on. Here we go. We're learning things together here. I put them on manually, and now the DRLs are off. So, wow, that's a lot of information for you. Hope you guys and gals enjoy it. I'll see you later, and have a great weekend. Froggy out. Subscribe if you want more from Froggy. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, or if it saved you some money. See you later. Bye-bye.